If you want to get jacked faster, you should keep watching this video, because 3 years ago I was not jacked, but now I'm in a pretty good shape, and that means that I know a thing or two. But not only that, in this video I will go over 5 ways in which you can get jacked faster, and these ways will be based either on logic or on science, so I will reference some studies. Let's first talk about my system for getting in shape. You might not see it fully. There are 3 aspects to getting in shape: recovering, training, and dieting. By taking care of these 3 things and doing the actions that progresses you towards the goal of getting in shape, which are either getting a more recovery, things that get you more recovered, or things that help you with diet, to eat on the right calorie balance, either losing body fat or gaining muscle and optimizing recovery, or training, you will get jacked faster by doing things better in these domains. I want to talk about this thing, this concept, that the fastest way to get in shape, in which you can get in shape, is by doing everything correctly to the best extent, because that's just how we get in shape the fastest. There is a certain path that if you will go down, you will be able to get jacked as fast as you can, and that is the thing. It is as fast as you can. It is not as fast as me, or as fast as that guy or this guy, or as much time as it took to this guy or that guy. It is as much time as it will take for you, because you have a certain genetic code which will determine how much time it takes to build muscle, how much muscle you can build. And with body fat, it is more about the calorie balance itself, but also how good of a time you will have actually losing weight. In this video, I will basically go over, so you are doing some things suboptimally right now. I don't want to say incorrectly, but right now to the best extent. In this video, I will go over 5 things that by doing 5 ways in which you can do things better, and by doing things better, you will get more results. By extension, by watching this video until the end, you will get jacked faster. So let's first start with chapter 1, to get a better recovery. There are 3 main things you can do to improve your recovery. By not doing them, or doing the important things in them, you will not get a good recovery. So there are 2 steps to building muscle: training, right, going and training, and then recovering, letting the muscle repair process occur, and then training again, and slowly getting stronger. Because when the muscle repair process occurs after training, more muscle than it was before is built, and you get more jacked, basically. You build more muscle. So let's first talk about the first way. So sleep. Sleep is the ultimate recovery activity. I know it's obvious, but here's the thing. Most people that I know, that I speak to in my own life, don't really optimize sleep. I won't be the kind of Brian Johnson fanatic that will tell you get 10 hours of sleep every night, have the best sleep quality, but I will totally sit here and tell you, if you want to get more results in the gym, if you want to get jacked, build more muscle, you should take care of sleep. So think about it like a steroid, because it is somewhat of the natural steroid. Steroids improve muscle recovery, right? Steroids improve your ability to gain muscle. Sleep does the same thing. By sleep, so it does not increase your genetic potential, but it increases the rate in which you actually build muscle, which causes you to build more muscle faster. That's sleep. There are two ways to improve sleep: to either increase sleep quality, right, or to increase sleep time and the time that you actually spend in bed. If you increase the time that you spend in bed, you pretty much guarantee increasing sleep quality, unless you are just oversleeping. But sleep quality, it is one of these things that are also important, that are pretty much guaranteed to improve your sleep if you improve sleep quality, right? Fucking obvious. But a lot of people overlook. So I want to talk about one way to improve it, which is pretty obvious, right? I won't tell you new stuff today about this thing, at least. I will tell you some new things that you might have not heard in the past in a second, but by having a consistent sleep schedule, you will improve your sleep quality. You can go and search for studies. I might reference some in the description. But essentially, there is the circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock. Its regulation is based on past patterns. How much did you sleep yesterday? And when did you sleep yesterday? How much and when did you sleep the day before? And the day before the day before? If you consistently go to sleep at similar times and wake up at similar times, your sleep quality should improve because your body will actually know, oh, I should be tired right now. Let's fall asleep faster. Let's increase melatonin production before, and so I get ready for sleep. And when there is sleep, the body knows, oh, now it's time for deep sleep and REM sleep, essentially, right? Not exactly like this, but it is pretty similar. That's the way to improve sleep quality. And then there is the second way to make more gains to get jacked faster, and it is to keep in mind the calorie balance. A lot of people, beginners, when they just start training, go on a deficit and they lose weight because they just want, to be lean. They want to be lean, the skinny fat guys. And I have absolutely no problem with it. I was pretty similar to it. I wanted to be lean, so after 6 months of training, I lost weight. But in my opinion, right, it is a mistake if you want to get as jacked as you can, as fast as you can. Because a deficit is a state of starvation. And guess what? When the body is literally starving, muscle protein synthesis is not really a priority. The body wants to survive, right? So it won't prioritize building muscle. It might build some for sure for beginners, but in general, it makes muscle gain suboptimal and it can lead to muscle loss. A meta-analysis by Murphy et al. Showed that in some cases of a deficit, muscle loss can definitely occur, right? And on top of that, just less muscle recovery. If you want to get jacked as fast as you can, that you should not really cut until you build a pretty good amount of muscle. If you cut without the muscle, you will not be jacked. And taking mass and building muscle takes more time than losing fat, which means that if you will start by prioritizing it, when you will have it, losing the body fat, it takes a few weeks, 3 months, 4 months, right? If you're really fat, then a bit more. But in general, it does not take that much time. It is not as much time as building muscle, because building muscle can take months and years. So I would suggest you start with this, especially if you're skinny fat. If you're fat, then it is pretty much a different story because you have a lot of fat in your body, in your system, right? Because your body won't really perceive starvation from a deficit. But right, if you want to make the most amount of gains and you're not fat, start with building muscle. And there is a third way, and it is protein intake. Amino acids are the building blocks of muscle. Protein consumption, because of that, is important because protein intake gives your body amino acids, right? It consumes them, it breaks proteins down, and they become amino acids. The third way is to both improve quality of the protein that you eat, improve its quality, and to eat more protein in general. Now, I want to talk about meal timing in the context of protein consumption because there is this notion that if you spread your protein throughout the day, you should get more muscle protein synthesis and hypertrophy as a result of it. And that's true, but it's not that important, especially if your total intake is sufficient. I saw meta-analysis. I think that's what the conclusion of it was. It concluded that when total protein intake matches the importance of meal timing, especially if total protein intake is greater than high, like 1 gram per pound of body weight, becomes much less significant. And because of that, start by consuming protein, high quality protein, which contains leucine, right? Proteins that contain the amino acid leucine, which triggers muscle protein synthesis. Animal-based, basically. All animal-based sources pretty much include leucine, so animal-based protein sources are amazing. Whey protein is also good, and soy is also okay. So eat high-quality sources of protein, eat a good amount of protein each and every day, and if you want to, you can spread your protein intake throughout the day, and you might see a small benefit. That's for protein intake. And then there is the fourth way, and it is to be more consistent. Until now, I have talked about all of the ways to improve recovery. This video is basically about recovery, but here's the thing: consistently doing them, right, these things that improve recovery, is the way to actually improve recovery and by extension build more muscle. If you don't do them consistently, then what the fuck are we talking about, right? You have just wasted your whole time watching a video, right? And you are not going to implement it. You will not see the results of implementing what I've just told you to do. You will not build more muscle. Consistency is key. There is the law of cause and effect. You get the effect of a cause. Building muscle, training in the gym, building muscle, training in the gym, and recovering to a greater extent. If you want to build more muscle, right, than you do right now, you should actually implement these ways of improving recovery, right? Practically just do the right thing when you need to do it. If you haven't eaten enough protein today, go and get some protein. If you are on a deficit and you're eating on a deficit and you want to lose weight and you don't have a lot of muscle mass, maybe you should change your diet to get to a maintenance calories and maintain your weight a bit, build muscle, and you will lose fat just as a result of maintaining your weight and building muscle, which will be pretty good. And long term, you will thank yourself, and after you will build some muscle, you will be able to cut and see a lot of results. And then there is the fifth way, and it is to keep learning, right? Education is key. This video was an educational video. As long as you will keep educating yourself, you will get more results. And right, that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.